Please be seated, faculty. Good morning. Thank you. My name is Leslie McClure, and I have the privilege of serving as the Dean for the College for Public Health and Social Justice at St. Louis University. Today, I also have the distinct honor of serving as Master of Ceremonies for today's pre-commencement ceremony. I am so excited to be here with you all for such a wonderful occasion. We welcome distinguished faculty, staff, graduates, guests, friends, and family to our annual celebration of the College for Public Health and Social Justice. Our invocation this morning will be offered by Virginia Herbers, Director of Mission Formation in the Division of Mission and Identity here at SLU.
Good morning, and congratulations to all graduates, families of graduates, professors of graduates, advisors of graduates, friends, mentors, and guides. As we gather in celebration this morning, let us first take a moment to bow our heads in prayer. God, we give thanks this day for the many gifts and blessings you have provided us, particularly those you have given to these Billikens before us. We thank you for the gifts of their scholarship, their dedication, their perseverance, their endurance, their commitment to the goods of public health and justice for all. And most importantly, we give thanks for their success. Today, as we celebrate all that you have already so generously given to these students, God, we ask you to pour out on them 2 additional graduation gifts: hope and beauty. Provide opportunities to experience beauty and grace in the world around them, in their experiences and encounters, in their futures, their pasts, and always in their present moment. And give them the inner vision to see their own beauty and grace, recognizing its power and its call to show up and to serve. And give them hope. Hope for what can be, hope for what will be, and most importantly, hope for their own future and for the future of the world they are helping to create. We ask you, God, for these gifts, beauty and hope. Shower them down upon us always. But today, send a goodly portion to the graduates of the College for Public Health and Social Justice as they launch into every tomorrow to come. And let them, in receiving these gifts, in turn, become gifts of beauty and hope for all those they encounter moving forward. Bless each one of them, and bless each one of us to be, today, tomorrow, and always, men and women for and with others, all to the greater glory of your name. Amen.
Thank you, Virginia. Good morning. On behalf of the faculty and staff of the College for Public Health and Social Justice, it is my pleasure to welcome each of you to our 2026 pre-commencement ceremony. I am honored and privileged to serve as the Dean of the College, and I'm delighted to welcome you this morning. This morning, we gather to celebrate a very significant milestone in the lives of these graduates. Their hard work and perseverance have made today possible through efforts they have sustained while balancing many other responsibilities in their lives. Their intellect, commitment, and passion for making a difference have strengthened and enriched our college community. The class of 2026 is truly special. Part of what makes our graduates so special is the experiences they have brought with them to SLU. This year, we celebrate a class of nearly 200 students who come from across the country and around the world. They bring a wealth of perspectives and lived experiences that have not only shaped their own learning, but have also shaped each other. Many of the most important lessons learned here did not come from a classroom lecture, sorry, faculty, but from one another. Through these lessons, our graduates have also built relationships that will carry forward in their careers. Graduates, look around. These are your people. They will be there to help you navigate the challenges that inevitably lie ahead. And the challenges we are facing in public health and healthcare are significant and far-reaching. You are graduating into a moment when public health systems are under strain, when communities are asking hard questions about trust and information, and when the needs we are called to meet, from mental health to chronic disease to navigating changing healthcare systems to global health threats, continue to grow in both scale and complexity. This is not an easy moment to enter this field, but it is an essential one. I know that each of you is equipped with the tools this moment demands. We have instilled in you our values: collaboration, innovation, justice, and practice. And I believe you are ready to live our vision of health through justice for all. At its core, public health is about something powerful: making the invisible visible. When public health is working, its successes often go unseen. The outbreaks that never happen, the lives extended, the inequities reduced before they widen. Your work will shine light on what others overlook, and in doing so, you will make it possible to act, to improve lives, and to save lives. Class of 2026, today you join an extraordinary community of alumni who are leading lives and careers that have a real impact. Individuals who are boldly tackling the greatest challenges we face in health, well-being, and society. We know you will do the same, despite, or perhaps because of, the challenges that lie ahead. We are so proud of all that you have accomplished and so excited for what you will achieve. Of course, no one accomplishes great things alone. Our graduates have relied on the support of others to help them reach this milestone. Thank you to the family and friends who have provided love, support, sacrifice, patience, and encouragement along the way. Thank you for waking up early, really early, to join us in this celebration, for traveling to St. Louis, and for the enduring support you have given to your graduates. Graduates, please join me in a round of applause for your family and friends. In addition to family and friends, among us today are many of the faculty and staff who have walked this path alongside you. While some of the staff are working behind the scenes, you may not see them, they're always there. Would all the faculty and staff in attendance please stand to be recognized? Today, these graduates join our outstanding alumni network across the globe. Our graduates serve in leadership roles in healthcare organizations, in government agencies at the federal, state, and local levels, and in nonprofit and community-based organizations. Others are leading change in corporate and global settings. All are doing well by doing good in our world. Over the last couple of years, I've had the opportunity to meet many of our students and work with our student leaders, many of whom I now call colleagues. And so, to my new colleagues, I am inspired by your enthusiasm and excited for the opportunities that lie ahead for you. As you forge your path, you will encounter uncertainty. You will have the chance to do new things, some exciting, some challenging, and perhaps some that feel daunting. You will be an important part of shaping the future of health systems and public health, not just improving what exists, but helping to rebuild trust, strengthen systems, and reimagine what health can look like for all. As you go forward, don't forget what you learned at SLU, the lessons in the classroom certainly, but also the care for community, the commitment to justice, and the belief in a better future. While none of us knows exactly what lies ahead, we are confident in one thing: you are ready, and I can't wait to see how you change the world. Once again, it is my honor and pleasure to welcome you to our ceremony this morning. Thank you for your support of our graduates, and please join me in welcoming the class of 2026. Graduation is often seen as a finish line, but it's really the result of countless moments. Lessons taught, advice given, and encouragement offered at just the right time. Today, we have 3 awards to present to the faculty and staff who created those moments and helped turn potential into achievement with our graduates. The first award this morning is the Terry Leet Teacher of the Year Award. Dr. Terry Leet was an inspiring leader in our college's history. As a faculty member in the college, he truly had a gift for teaching, for distilling complicated information into simple concepts. He was fully committed to the growth and development of students. Sadly, he passed away in 2009 after battling non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. However, he left a legacy of teaching excellence, which we honor every year at graduation by recognizing the Teacher of the Year. This award is selected from student nominations. Please join me in congratulating the 2026 recipient of the Terry Leet Teaching Award, Dr. Elizabeth Baker. Dr. Baker is unable to be with us this morning to celebrate, but I would like to share some of the words of her nominators. Quote, Dr. Baker demonstrates knowledge for public health, and her classes are structured with our final projects in mind. She is energetic and intentional when teaching and speaking about her field, and provides honest, equitable, and great feedback to her students. She offers additional perspectives to think about, but always values everyone's opinion and values us individually. A great learning tool of hers is her use of real-life examples, which adds to why Dr. Baker is a great professor and deserving of this award. Congratulations again to Dr. Baker. This year, we will give 2 new awards. The first, the Kreff Family Award for Excellence in Teaching, was established in 2025 by Jean and Kathy Kreff in honor of their daughter, Maggie, who was a 2019 graduate of our college. The award was established to recognize a faculty member who teaches undergraduate students and to celebrate a professor's impact on their students, as well as their engagement in the undergraduate community. The recipient of this award was nominated by students and selected by a committee of students. This year, we had 10 different instructors nominated, with several of them receiving multiple nominations, reflecting the outstanding faculty teaching in our college. Please join me in congratulating the inaugural recipient of the Kreff Family Excellence in Teaching Award, Dr. Lauren Arnold. Our second new award is the College for Public Health and Social Justice Staff Excellence Award, established to honor the outstanding contributions of a staff member and their role in advancing the college's mission through their exceptional service to the college, including going above and beyond their normally assigned job responsibilities. Nominations were accepted from faculty, students, and staff, and a committee that included a student, faculty, and staff member selected the recipient. Please join me in congratulating the inaugural recipient of the Staff Excellence Award, Kimberly Elliott. We are so truly lucky to have such excellent staff and faculty. Each year, as part of our commencement ceremony, we recognize our students who have demonstrated outstanding academic achievement, leadership, research, and service, and want to recognize and thank our Student Association leaders. Dr. Kelly Lane DeGraff, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, will present these awards to our students.
Students, when your name is called, please come up to receive your award. The first award is the Reverend John J. Flanagan Award. More than 75 years ago, Reverend Flanagan founded a program dedicated to preparing health administrators, grounded in the principles of service and leadership. This award, presented in his honor, recognizes a Master's of Health Administration student who, as determined by peers and faculty, exemplifies outstanding leadership, a commitment to service, and academic excellence. This year's recipient is Lydia Dixon. Next is the Master of Public Health in Health Management and Policy Award. This award recognizes a student who demonstrates leadership performance and potential, academic achievement, and upholds the mission and values of both the college and university. This year's recipient is Catherine Walcott. We accept this honor on her behalf as she could not be here today. Next is the Dr. Richard S. Kurz Award. Dr. Kurz, a former SLU leader, educator, and researcher, played a pivotal role in shaping the university's educational policies and programs. He founded the Community Health Department within the college, which over time evolved into 3 distinct departments that exist today. This award, presented in his honor, recognizes a student who embodies the same spirit of leadership, service, and academic excellence that Dr. Kurz exemplified throughout his time at SLU. This year's recipient is Charlotte Rose True. Next, we have the Outstanding Bachelor of Science in Biostatistics Award. This award recognizes a student who demonstrates leadership, performance, and potential, achieves academic excellence, and upholds the mission and values of St. Louis University. This year's recipient is Audrey Elizabeth Brezivar. Next, we have the Dr. James Romeis Award. This award was established in recognition of the founding program director of the Bachelor of Science in Health Management. The award is given to an undergraduate health management student who demonstrates leadership and academic achievement. This year's recipient is Tiffany Facine Ung. The next award is the Michael Rozier S.J. Award. The award is named after former faculty member Father Rozier, who established the Bachelor of Science in Public Health program and honors an undergraduate public health student who exemplifies exceptional leadership, a strong commitment to service, and outstanding academic achievement, all while upholding the mission and values of the college and university. This year's recipient is Arib Hassan. The final award is the Dr. James Kimmey Service Award. Dr. Kimmey served as the founding dean of the School for Public Health, which over time became the current College for Public Health and Social Justice. Through his leadership and dedication to the field, he helped lay the foundation for the college's continued success. This award, presented in his honor, recognizes a student who exemplifies outstanding leadership, meaningful contributions to the field of public health, and commitment to service for and with others. This year's recipient is Srinidhi Senthil Kumar. Congratulations to all the award recipients. Our college would not be the same without you and your contributions. There are also many academic achievements that we would like to recognize. Students, please stand at your seat and remain standing as your names are called. Please hold your applause until the end. The Dr. Paul R. Donnelly Award, Nicole Naveau. The Epsilon Phi Delta Honor Society, Lana Jean Christiani, Isabel Maria Cipolla Pruitt, Lydia Dixon, Caitlin Marjorie Eschebacher, Isabella Ferris, Molly Rita Griffin, Harleen Kaur Gulati, Roshini Mary Kurian, Claudia Lynn Miller. For the academic achievement in the Doctor of Philosophy and Public Health Studies, Faris Nabil Bafagi. The academic achievement in Master of Public Health, Tyler Allen, Vidika Harshad Bathani, Alexis Faulkner, Asta Kiurjani, Abhishek Divyakar-Jani, Farzana Kaur Lima, Kelsey Linzel Bauer, Priya Varshini Nidamaranu, Amanda Lynn Notstein, Jaden B. Ratke, Maggie G. Somhiel, Catherine Grace Walcott, Elizabeth Rose Ward, and Fatima Yunus. For the academic achievement of Master in Science in Biostatistics and Health Analytics, Christopher Hopwood. The Delta Omega Public Health Honor Society, Tyler Allen, Alexis Faulkner, Asta Kiurjani, Abhishek Divyakar-Jani, Farzana Kaur Lima, Charlotte Grace Krakowski, Ni Trong Mai, Amanda Lynn Notstein, Jaden Radke, Catherine Grace Wolcott, and Elizabeth Rose Ward. Let's give them all a round of applause. We'd also like to thank and recognize all the student leadership organizations. We appreciate and thank all of you for your contributions and leadership. Students, if you are in the following groups, please stand at your seat for recognition. Please hold your applause until all the names are called. Future leaders of health management and policy, Lions Club, Maternal Child Health Student Interest Group, Public Health Club, Public Health Doctoral Student Association, Student Association for Health Management and Policy, Student Association for Public Health, Student Senators of the College for Public Health and Social Justice, and the Upsilon Phi Delta Honor Society. Thank you for all of your hard work and contributions.
Thanks again to all of our students for all of the hard work they've put in to support our college. We now have the pleasure of hearing from a student about their experience here in the college. I would like to introduce Tiffany Ung. She is graduating today with her Bachelor of Science in Health Management.
Thank you, Dean McClure. Good morning, everyone, and congratulations to the class of 2026. My name is Tiffany Ung, and I'm an accelerated master's student studying health administration. We're gathered here today on this beautiful early morning to celebrate all of your hard work and to wake up those of you who are still half asleep, myself included. Now, I won't pretend I'm not nervous, and the fact that I've probably crossed paths with most of you somehow makes this a little scarier. But that's kind of the point of today, showing up anyway. This year, I'll be getting my bachelor's degree in health management with minors in sociology and urban poverty studies. I came to SLU for its accelerated health administration program and to be surrounded by people who would push me to become my best self. When I look around this arena, I see exactly that. I love seeing y'all decked out in your cords and your stoles, but these colors can't fully capture what it actually took to get here. Balancing rigor and relationships, figuring out what you want to do with your life and where you want to be in 5 years, all at the same time, that effort deserves just as much recognition. One of my favorite classes these past few years was epidemiology with Dr. Arnold. I know, I was surprised too. While there were times I definitely wanted to throw my computer out the window, I loved how this class pushed me to think about the world more critically. It gave me frameworks for naming problems and finding the right questions to ask. But it also humbled me right away. The first exam I got back, I flipped it over, the entire page covered in red marks. Not my finest moment. But it was a necessary lesson. I stopped chasing the right answers and started trying to understand the actual problem at hand, the root causes and the context. And funny enough, the results started taking care of themselves. This drive to dig into the whys of the world is what will set us apart, not just as professionals, but as compassionate humans. Because at the end of the day, our work isn't just about data or policy, it's about people, being for and with others. Now, in order to do that, I've been trying to be more intentional about being where my feet are, embracing the moment instead of worrying about the future or overthinking the past. And I think that's something we all need to hear right now. Don't wait for the perfect time to make a difference. The moment is already here, whether you're ready or not. So if you feel like you're falling behind, ask for help. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. The people around you in this room are part of your toolkit for the rest of your career. And when something doesn't sit right with you, whether it's a data set, a policy, or just a gut feeling, dig in. That's what we were trained to do. So let me ask you this. What's something you've been afraid to speak up about? Something you've been too afraid to try? For me, the first thing that comes to mind is actually public speaking. I'm terrified of making a fool of myself up here. It's tempting to run back to bed and pull the covers over my head. But I'm here today because of my support system. Thank you to my friends and family for giving the confidence to pursue whatever I want. Thank you to my sister, Vania, for modeling determination, even though it started with you not sharing your cheese with me when we were young. Thank you to my professors for helping me realize I am exactly in the place I'm supposed to be, and that my own unique style of leadership is just as valuable as others. Because of my team, I've learned to redefine failure. If you know me, you know that I think of everything in basketball terms. When you miss a shot, you adjust, and adjust, and adjust, until you get it just right. Curiosity, humility, and the courage to fail, that's the recipe for change. So whether you're Robbie Avila leading the Billikens further than they've ever gone in March Madness, or still figuring out your role on the team, the best thing you can do is show up. So as you walk out of here today, don't just chase answers or titles. Chase the questions no one else is asking. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2026.
Thank you, Tiffany. That was delightful and very insightful. And now, the reason that we're all here, the presentation of the graduates of the class of 2026.
These are the doctoral graduates in public health studies. Kelly Ann Ayers, she is not attending this ceremony. We recognize her accomplishment. Doctor of Philosophy in Public Health Studies, Biostatistics. Mentor, Dr. Steve Regan. Dissertation title, Using the Data Augmentation Algorithm to Infer the County of Residence for COVID-19 Vaccine Recipients. Firas Nabil Bafagi, Doctor of Philosophy in Public Health Studies, Biostatistics. Mentor, Dr. Travis Lux. Dissertation title, Understanding CrossFit Participation and Mental Health, and Investigation of Causal Effect, Psychosocial Factors, and Geographic Distribution in the United States. Jarrell DK, I'm sorry. Doctor of Philosophy in Public Health Studies, Behavioral Science and Health Education. Mentor, Dr. Kian Gilbert, dissertation title, How Socioeconomic Status and Psychosocial Resources Influence the Health and Well-being of Black Men in the Jackson Hole Study. Mira Saleh Mawson, Doctor of Philosophy in Public Health Studies, Epidemiology. Mentor, Dr. Ricardo Ray, dissertation title, Geospatial and Multi-Level Determinants of Access, Referral, and Engagement in Medically Tailored Meal Programs for Adults with Type 2 Diabetes, Implication for Implementation and Equity from Project MINT. Kirsten Elliott Palovic, Doctor of Philosophy in Public Health Studies, Behavioral Science and Health Education. Mentor, Dr. Ann Siebert Coleman, dissertation title, Assessing Multi-Level Factors Associated with Contraceptive Method at Exit in the Right Time Health Centers, 2017 to 2022. Elena Siebert Patrick, Doctor of Philosophy in Public Health Studies, Behavioral Science and Health Education. Mentor, Dr. Ellen Barnage, dissertation title, Cultivating Conversations with Black Growers in North St. Louis, a qualitative study. Molly Reese, Doctor of Philosophy in Public Health Studies, Epidemiology. Mentor, Dr. Lauren Arnold, dissertation title, Factors Impacting Time to Diagnosis Among Ovarian Cancer Patients Prior to and After Seeking Health Care.
The following students have earned the Master of Health Administration. Keenan Al-Hazni. Christian Jacob Buendia. Isabella Maria Cipolla Pruitt. Lana Jean Cristiani. Lydia Dixon. Caitlin Marjorie Eschbacher. Isabella Ferris. Molly Rita Griffin. Harleen Kar Guladi. Roshni Mary Kurian. Daxton Lassiter. Claudia Lynn Miller. Blessing Nikitin. Jacob Allen Reed. Ishan Singh. The following students have earned the Master of Science in Health Administration. Ramona Bishad. Nicole Neveau. The following students have earned the Master of Public Health. Farhana Faiza Ahmadi. Khadija Alawi M. Alada. Mindy Allison. Pratvi Sanjay Arora. Kaya Nicole Augustine. Riham Ghassan Ayesh. Vedika Harshad Bathani. Noel Jebiwat Bet. Snigdha Berman. Ashok Kumar Chidi. Nehalika Chintamala.
Yeah, I'm just getting stuff out of college and social media and all that stuff. I appreciate it. Thank you for your compassion.
Fardeen Abdul Rahman Dadan. Aditya Daiya. Bansi Hadarsbai Dangar. Niharika Desharapu. Carlo Johan Emerson Fragrante. Richard Matthew Francis. Shirley Deep Gadam. Ramya Garbapu. Yashashri Gaude. Kristen Rochelle Gangler. Sauba Gautam. Marine Iqbal. Asta Kayurjani. Abhishek Divakar Jani. Bansi Kakadia. Rashi Virenbai Kothari. Charlotte Grace Krakowski. Mamta Lama. Farzana Kayer Lima. Kelsey Linzel Bauer. Bhavana Madika. Nia Jacob Mai. Binzi Michelle. Jay Modak. Priya Varshini Nitha Manuru. Amanda Lynn Notestein. Sharon Chidinma Okeke. Tejas Sanjay Pandit. Deetsa Hitesh Patel. Krisha Patel. Rushil Patel. Vishani Nimish Patel. Yesha Sandabai Patel. Alexis Marie Piskulik. Jaden V. Radke. Urvashi Hareshkumar Rathod. Sravanti Reddy. Fatima Noor Ramani. Pretty Raylaker. Miriam Sabarizadeh. Trenton Suwaidi Schultz. Sakshi Nilishbhai Shah. Jaziba Shamaru. Inea Smith. Maggie G. Samhail. Wanid Suksatan. Grace Biju Thomas. Jubina Sabu Thomas. Ashley Quinn Tran. Charlotte Rose True. Sai Mavya Nadu Vemuri. Elizabeth Rose Ward. Ian Joseph Robel. Manasa Gud Yadala. Sanjana Yanamula Srinivas. Fatima Yunus. The following students have earned the Master of Science in Biostatistics and Health Analytics. Christopher Hopwood.
The following students have earned the Bachelor of Science in Biostatistics.
Audrey Elizabeth Reservoir.
The following students have earned the Bachelor of Science in Health Management.
Shruti Adavelli. Yusuf Syed Omar Ahmad. Sophie Anderson. Heather Quinn Baltus. Levi S. Vandanadam. Marissa Selebic. Youngji Cho. Shiv Dave. Mary Catherine Dink. Miriam El-Hadrami. Disha Guram. Abigail Michelle Gobert. Pranav Giri. Kiaro Ismail Herdlick. Jorge James Hoffman IV. Hunter M. Hullern. Deja Zivini Kadiala. Caitlin Yana Khan. Saeed Cosme. Ria Kolala. Shreya Kongara. Sajin Lee. Hunter Robert Lazowski. Bhavika Mathrani. Alice Elizabeth McConnell Curry. Benjamin Robert Molitti. Aditi Stuti Mishra. Priya Tejas Modi. Ashley Elizabeth Morelli. Adrian Raphael Penner. Ria Patel. Melanie Yesenia Rivera Nunez. Michael Anthony Romero. Elvis Sanabria. Srinidhi H. Senthil Kumar. Lauren Kathleen Shaw. Shreya Simhadri. Mai Nok Tao Vo. Yash Savasai Talikonda. George E. Tombasas. Tiffany Vasson Ang. DeAndre Lamont Westbrook III. Hifsa Zulfikar.
The following students have earned the Bachelor of Science in Public Health.
Jude Amori. Catherine Kane. Isma Abbas Kasuboy. Adish Chandra. Ching Kwa Chin. Morgan Claire Greeby. Erin Renee Hanna. Kylie Hartubi. Arib Hassan. Melissa Hong. Aisha Mahmuda Hossein. Carissa Emily Hudson. Uyusa Ruth Ibini James. Sophia Olivia Savagnago Johnson. Shri Supraja Kandrakota. Maria Karki. Samyati Kwanta. Megan Kelly. Danyashri Mankalapuri. Isabel Catherine McDermott. Cody Nicholas Mendoza. Purity Peace, Mary Rowland. Meg Murphy. Lalita Nair. Jacob D. Neely. Amaya Sai Barakati.
I love you, Amaya.
Path Deepan Patel. Sahil C. Patel. Ana Cristina Sanchez. Inchara Shetty. Kennedy Caroline Smith. Aditi Srinivasan. Melissa Velich. Amartha Varshini Vijayaraja.
How about another round of applause for the class of 2026? This is without question the best day of the year. This is indeed a special day for you, our graduates, and we all know that your journey would not have been possible without the love and support of all of our guests here today. Let's recognize our families, friends, spouses, partners, colleagues, again with another round of applause. I now invite Virginia Herbers to give the closing blessing.
Before we take our leave of this space in this grand celebration, we pause to add to our deep joy a moment of profound gratitude. May each of us gathered here, graduates, parents, faculty, and friends, carry with us the grace and blessing of Almighty God, so that we might go forth in the mission entrusted to us by St. Ignatius of Loyola himself. Go forth and set the world on fire. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, Virginia. And thank you all for sharing in our ceremony this morning. Graduates and faculty, graduates, please stay seated until your usher indicates that you may stand and process out. Parents, families, and friends, please meet your graduates outside in front of the Chaifetz Arena and join us in continuing the celebration on the second floor of the Wohl Center, where the College for Public Health and Social Justice is located. Congratulations, graduates.
All right. Making sure these guys, you're the one coming out.